Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to my weekly Virtually news show. Loads of stuff for you today. We finally have a genuine Quest 2 rival on the way. Has PSVR2 been delayed till 2023? Apple's much anticipated AR headset gets cutting edge new features, plus 2 new Meta Quest 2 games on the way, including one of the highest rated Steam games of all time. So let's get straight into it then, and remember, born to respawn. Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to my roving reporter, Weeble. He's been whizzing around the news outlets in his Motability scooter to make sure all our news is delivered fresh and on time. Cheers, mate. If you have any interesting news stories that you think I should feature, head on over to my Discord and post up in the Virtually news section, and I'll give you a shout out if it makes the cut.
Here it is, the Neo 3 Link. Neo 3 Link is a sister or a brother of the Neo 3 Pro.
Pico Interactive announced the Pico Neo 3 Link at the Laval Virtual Europe conference this week. The standalone and PCVR compatible headset were released in May and June in selected European countries for a very reasonable €449 or £399 in the UK. Up until now, Pico have only sold enterprise-based versions of the Pico Neo 3 in the West, but are now stepping up to challenge the dominance of Meta and their best-selling Quest 2. The Pico Neo 3 Link spec list reads like, well, it reads exactly like a Quest 2. 1832 by 1920 per eye resolution, Qualcomm XR2 chip, 4 cameras for 6 degrees of freedom inside-out tracking, 256 gig storage, 2 motion controllers, 90 Hz refresh rate. The only difference is that the Pico Neo 3 Link will ship with a DisplayPort cable to allow you to play tethered PCVR with no compression. Oh, and a screwdriver for attaching the DP cable to the headset. So why am I so excited for this relaunch of the Pico Neo 3? Pico are taking a wholly different approach to entering the market. Instead of steaming in, demanding you sign up with your Facebook account, and to hell with you if you don't. They are stating that the launch of the Neo 3 Link is a customer-focused beta, asking early adopters in Europe to help them improve every part of the ecosystem, from the game store, payment system to social activities, in a bid to compete with Meta on a level playing field. So all the things that you don't like about Meta, mainly the linked Facebook account and their obsession with building the metaverse, can be filtered out and consumers only get the features they want. There was something else buried down in the announcement that I think is more relevant than the release of the Pico Neo 3 Link in Europe. However, and it is this: early adopters of the headset will get a 35% discount on any new Pico headset that releases in the next 12 months. This says to me quite clearly that the Neo 3 Link is Pico dipping their toe in the European VR market with the clear intention to drop a new cutting-edge headset within that timeline, perhaps undercutting the long-rumoured Quest 3 or Quest Pro that Meta are working on. If so, this could help to sweep away Meta's stranglehold on the standalone market and near stranglehold on the Steam PC VR segment, which they currently dominate with a stunning 66% of all connected headsets. My pre-order went in as soon as the headset appeared on the System Active website, and I'm looking forward to delivery in June in the UK. Have you pre-ordered the Neo 3 Link? Are you just going to stick with your Quest 2? You know the drill, get involved and comment down below. In a depressing state of affairs, it would seem both the Sony PSVR2 and Apple's cutting-edge AR/MR headset may be delayed until 2023, according to supply chain analysts. Ross Young, the CEO of Display Supply Chain Consultants, has stated that Sony will only have a very limited number of PSVR2s available by the end of the year, so that any major launch will be pushed back to Q1 2023. He then went on to say Apple's high-end AR/MR headset will also not launch till 2023, but this isn't supply chain related. Apparently, Apple are struggling to cool the laptop-grade processor in a standalone headset, plus are also having issues with software and cameras, probably due to all the cutting-edge features they're trying to pack into the headset that everyone else has already done, but at half the price. And yes, that is a dig at Apple. Sorry, I'm an Android man. Speaking of the Apple headset, and according to a report on Stuff.tv, Cupertino's long-rumoured AR/MR headset is said to be utilising the technology from the firm's Face ID feature for high-fidelity hand tracking. The headset will deploy 4 3D sensors to detect objects, micro-gestures and dynamic detail changes, similar to how Face ID picks up on your facial expressions to power emojis, or animojis as Apple call them. Quoting Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, this will result in a more intuitive and vivid human-machine interface. So, like hand tracking by Ultraleap, or maybe even the Quest 2? I'm not really excited for the release of Apple's AR/MR headset, which incidentally they haven't even actually officially announced. Seems like they are trying to reinvent the wheel, and rumours are that it is going to be very expensive with limited supply. But what do you think? Are you an Apple diehard who will be queuing outside your local Apple store on launch day? Get involved, comment down below. Before I move on to my last story, I would like to give a shout out to my patrons. I love you all truly, madly and deeply. Plus, if you enjoy the madness that is Mac in VR, please smash that like button, subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload any new content. You can also support the channel by purchasing one of my stylish t-shirts. Check out my merch shelf down below. Thanks. Moving away from tech and onto games now, the highly rated open world survival game Into the Radius is coming to Quest 2 in September. I'll try not to mention Stalker when talking about this game, which I've just miserably failed to do. Well, I've said it now, so think Stalker in VR and you won't be a million miles away. The game has garnered a very positive rating according to Steam since it launched in 2019, and the trailer shows that the game will port to Quest 2 with all features intact. There will be a closed beta running soon. I've put the link in the description below, so hopefully I can get an impression of how close the port is to the original PC VR release. The fifth highest rated VR game on Steam is also getting a port to Quest 2 after it came out of early access recently, but I'm guessing that you've never heard of it, let alone played it. Compound is a roguelike game with a very unique pixel art style, and Bevan McKechnie, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, the one-man indie dev team said it should port to Quest without much of a graphical downgrade due to this feature. It looks very bright, colourful and with fun weapons, so keep an eye out for this when it drops later in the year. Meta's gaming showcase drops next Wednesday, so me and Shui from Power on VR will be live streaming our live reactions to all the game announcements, as long as it's better than last year's show, which I described as meh-ter. Come join us in the comments and we'll have some fun, consume some beers and party on, dude.
Party on, dudes!
Don't forget, if you have a story that you think will make an interesting article, head on over to my Discord and post up in the Virtualy news section. You never know, I might make you famous.
I'll make you famous.
Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.